Welcome to Coder Station.
Welcome to the new video in our PHP course. Today we are going to explore functions in PHP. So functions are an essential part of web development, allowing developers to write reusable code and save their time and effort. So in this presentation, we'll explore the basics of functions, including syntax, their types, and how to pass an argument within the function. By the end of this, you will have the understanding about how to execute your own function and create one. So let's begin. Functions. Functions allow you to group together a set of instructions that perform a specific task and then call that set of instruction whenever you need to perform that similar task. So to write the same code again and again, instead of that you create a set of code and name it and then use it again and again. So this is known as function. So in essence, a function is a reusable code of block that can be called from anywhere in your program. Once you have defined it at the bottom or at the start of the code or at the bottom of the code, you can call it anywhere in between the code. So it can take input values and process them and return output values. This makes your code more modular, easy to read and easier to maintain. So why to use functions? So it increases reusability of code and it is easy to detect error. Like the code is divided into functions, so we can easily detect in which function we are having an error and fix it. And simply if we have common code that we need to use it again and again on various parts of program, we can simply club it into a set of instructions and then have it called anywhere in the program. We have two types of functions, built-in and user-defined. So first one, PHP provides us with huge collection of built-in library functions. These functions are already coded and stored in the form of functions. That is the thing that we use echo and print are functions, built-in functions. That is, their actual implementation is coded and we have to just call it for our use. So to use those, we just need to call them as per our requirement. Similarly, other examples like var dump for open print are to print the array. So we don't have to code it again and again. It is simply done for us and then we can use it throughout the code. Next, if we want to code something for our use and for our implementation, which is differ from the built-in one, so we have the user-defined function. So PHP allows us to create our own customized functions called the user-defined functions, which are completely according to your requirements. Using this, we can create our own packages of code and use it anywhere simply by calling it. So now let us see how to create a function and its syntax. So function in PHP are defined using the keyword function followed by the function name, a set of parentheses and a set of curly brackets that contain the code to be executed when the function is called. Right? We'll see the syntax. The function, this keyword is used to define that the further code is a function that is declared. Then the function name and then the parentheses that take the parameters and the code to be executed. So to create a function, you need to keep few things in mind. A name, any name ending with an open and close parenthesis is a function. A function name always begins with the keyword function. To call a function, we just need to write its name followed by the parenthesis. A function name cannot start with a number, it can start with an alphabet or an underscore. A function name is not case sensitive. As we saw the syntax, let's see the parameters that are written in the syntax. So the information of the variable within the function's parentheses are called parameters. These are used to hold the values executed during the runtime. A user is free to take as many parameters as he wants and each parameter is separated by a comma. These parameters are used to accept inputs during the runtime, that is input from the user. While passing the values like during a function call, they are called arguments. So when we call the function and pass the values, they are known as arguments, and then the function is created while writing its syntax. The ones wrote in the parentheses are known as parameters. We'll see in the execution. An argument is a value passed to a function and a parameter is used to hold those arguments. So as discussed, the theoretical part about function, so let's recap. What exactly a function is? Well, think of it as a block of code that performs a specific task. It's like having your own personal helper that you can call whenever you need, and it performs the specific task which you need to do again and again, but not necessarily have to write the code. It is done by simply calling the function. So a function has a name which you choose, and it can take inputs called parameters. You write your code inside the function body, and if you want the function to give something back, you use the return statement. This is the basic syntax. So let's create our very first function. So this is the function that I have created. So I have to multiply two numbers frequently in a code. So to write this code again and again and output it, so like take variables, and then so I have created a function multiply which will multiply two numbers for me that I have given to them and then give the result to me. So as you can see, the $A and $B are parentheses that hold the value or arguments that I pass to this functions, and arguments are this multiply function is called, and at that time the values that are passed are known as arguments, like 5 and 2 are the arguments. So let's see the result. I have called multiply 5 into 2. Then PHP allows us to set default argument values for function parameters. If we do not pass any argument for a parameter with default value, the PHP will continue to execute the function call. So let's see how to do that. So in this first call, we are giving both the arguments. So both the parameters will have the values. But now you can see function is not case sensitive. I am calling it by any case. You can see the 10 is calculated because we have given 5 and 2, but the 25 is calculated. We have only given 5, but it takes the default value 5, which we have given, and then executes the function call. So this is provided by PHP. So this is also an important concept about functions. So let us cover quickly. So PHP allows us two ways in which we can pass argument into a function: pass by value and pass by reference. So what is that? So pass by value, on passing arguments using pass by value, the value of the argument gets changed within the function, that is inside the function, but the original value outside the function remains unchanged. That means a duplicate of the original value is passed. So here we are passing $10. So when we pass it by value, it is changed inside the function. So plus 2 minus 2 will happen inside the function and the 10 will remain as it is. But when we pass it by reference, that is the original value is passed. The original value gets altered. In pass by reference, we actually pass the address of the value where it is stored. So it gets altered in the course of calling the function. So the address is passed using the ampersand sign. So in this, if we multiply by 10 plus by 10, the original value, that is where the value is stored in that memory, the value is altered. So let's see with an example. So here $10, like value 10 is passed by value and by reference. So here it will be, first let's see the result and then I'll explain. So first we have got the original value is still 10, but then when we pass it by reference, the original value changes to 20. So let's see the code. So when we first pass the value 10, it gets plus 2 and then returns num2, and then we again print the initial original variable. It still remains the same because we have passed the duplicate copy and it gets changed inside the function only. But when we pass it by reference, that is giving an ampersand in as a prefix, so the value is plus 10, that it gets added like in the function, and then it is altered at the original variable also, hence we get the result 20. With this we conclude with functions in PHP. We all know that functions are a powerful tool that allows you to structure your code more efficiently, enhance your reusability and promote better code organization according to your requirements. So you can create your user defined function and have it work your own way. So they are fundamental concepts in programming language that you will encounter frequently as you begin to develop applications in PHP. So make sure to include functions and create user defined functions in your projects to improve its readability. Thank you for watching.